Hi everyone, hi all the YouTubers and that. Long overdue update now. I think it's been over a month. Yeah, I got quite a bit. Bet 12 Blu-rays there this month, which is quite a lot for me, I suppose. I haven't got that many Blu-rays. Really, do still buy DVDs more, but I've got a huge collection of DVDs, so about over 40 I think. But I'm going to go start off with the Blu-rays anyway. And that'll be down here. First one, picked up Grimm Season 1, which I've seen the first 4 or 5 episodes. This looks like a really good show, one I could really get into. Thought I'll pick up the very first season first. You know, if I really get into it, you know, a lot, I'll pick the other ones up. But really cheap to pay about something like £6 for that from CEX, which was really great. I'm glad I've picked that one up. A bit of a cheese fest now. Orcs. It was okay. No, it was one of them sort of. It was quite a bad movie, but it was enjoyable. Sort of the same, made very similar makeup to like the Lord of the Rings, the orcs and the Uruk-hai in the Lord of the Rings films. That sort of makeup. You know, a bit tongue in cheek. If you like things like Sharknado, no, I think you'll get a kick out of this one. You know, it's very similar sort of feel to it. Another film now I've got, which was in a lot of people's collections, and I didn't really know that much about it, to be honest, apart from the bit of the trailer I saw. But I really enjoyed it. It was a great movie. Horns with Daniel Radcliffe. I really loved this. I thought it was a great movie. Not the sort of thing I expected. I expected a bit more sort of a horror film, but this is a bit more. It's got a lot of different genres in it. Got a bit of murder mystery, now a bit of horror, a bit of sort of fantasy elements and things. And it was really good though. Daniel Radcliffe was great in it. It was good, sort of trying to figure out if did he kill his girlfriend or not, you know, and sort of explained it at the end, but I did really enjoy it. And even though it was about a couple hours long, it was about nearly 2 hours long, it went really quick when I was watching it, which is a good recommendation, that one. But great movie, Horns. I really enjoyed that one. One I picked up quite cheap, I Frankenstein. This is one by the makers of Underworld. I've always, because I quite like the Underworld movies, but this was sort of very similar. It was I really liked the opening though. I thought the opening was better, sort of set in the sort of the past, and it was showing him like sort of turning against his master and things like that at the beginning, and then he sort of comes to like modern day, and you know, it was good like CGI and stuff in that. I suppose this is a bit more CGI effects and that, but it was quite well done. You know, it wasn't a brilliant movie, but you know, it's worth picking up. Next one, which I really enjoyed. I'd actually seen this before on Netflix and didn't realise till I'd watched it. But the original Silent House, which is not the rubbishy American one, you know, the American remake. That one, it was okay, the American one, but this was a lot better. I think this is a Uruguayan film, and it was a great movie. It was so creepy in parts. I mean, the atmosphere, proper tense atmosphere throughout the film as well. 1 or 2 little jump scares, but did really enjoy this. This was a great movie. Really liked it. One I've not watched yet, cheap pickup, The Devil's Tower. That's like a British sort of zombie horror sort of film. Don't know that much about it. It's got Jason Mewes in it, who known as Jay out of Jay and Silent Bob. But it looks okay. I think there's a couple of like sort of British soap stars and things in it as well. But you know, I'll watch it one eventually. Now one there that a lot of people have talked about. They've had loads of different reviews on channels about it, and you either love or hate it really. Also, I did really enjoy it. I thought it was really good. The Babadook. A lot of people do complain about the kid being really annoying in it. He is a bit of a brat, but I think that's just great acting by the kid really to sort of, you know. The woman as well, she was amazing in that. She played like, you know, looked really tormented in the film, and you know, I think this is an Australian movie if I'm not right, but yeah, I think it's Australian. But it was really good. Not a lot of horror in it, more like a story about a woman trying to cope with grief. You know, if she loses her husband, and I'm not sure if it doesn't really explain, but I'm not sure if the actual Babadook itself is in her head, whether it's all the stress, you know, making it appear or what, you know. I think I have to give it a re-watch because it was quite late and watched it, but I remember the bit I saw, I did really enjoy it. I remember the performances stood out a lot on that, so that was really good. One I picked up to watch on Netflix and enjoyed it, even though it was not a great movie, but it was enjoyable. ATM. It's like a sort of a slasher type sort of film about these people get trapped in a little ATM building, and there's a killer there in the hood. He's playing a bit of a cat and mouse game. He's killing people outside the ATM area, and they're sort of trapped inside. And that was quite a good little tense film. You know, I thought it was okay. I did enjoy it. Next one, I decided to get Wreck Apocalypse because I've got the other 3. I love the first 2. The third one was quite good as well. I thought, even though it was a bit of a different to the first 2, I still enjoyed the third one. And this is a lot like more sort of in line with the first two. Really deadly serious, this one. Some, you know, decent set pieces. Quite action packed as well. This one I thought there was quite a lot of action in it. Yeah, it was okay. It was decent. Still not a patch on the first two, but next one I've got, I've actually bought my first Arrow Blu-rays, which is a bit, you know, I've got a couple of Arrow sort of DVDs, but I've never bought Arrow Blu-rays, and I saw this one and I hadn't got the film before. The thing with Arrow, a lot of the films that Arrow have got on the Blu-ray I've already really got on DVD, so I'm trying to get films I haven't got first. This one just sounded amazing, and I love the artwork on it. It's Marielle Bava's Barren Blood. I never even saw this film, never even heard of it, to be honest. And it was very much like, it sort of reminded me of like an Edgar Allan Poe, sort of Roger Corman production. It had that same sort of feel to it. I did really enjoy this. It wasn't that scary, particularly gory, but it had a great atmosphere. And you know, one of my favourite Marielle Bava films I think I've seen. You know, out the ones I've got. I'm trying to get a few Marielle Bava now, but yeah, this was a great release as well. Decent book in there with it, production notes, and it's actually got 3 discs on this one. You've got the I think it was 3 versions. There's 3 versions of it. Yeah, there's the original Italian version. There's also the European exported version, and there's also the AIP, where Roger Corman produced sort of. I think he produced it or owns the company or something. But yeah, the AIP produced version as well. So you know, brilliant version that they couldn't really have done much else. I mean, there's loads of features on it as well. There's too many to mention, but it is a really good sort of release, that one. Then I got my second Arrow release. I think it come within a few days of getting that one. I bought this one pre-owned. The Beast Within. I've still not watched this one yet. I must watch it because I've heard a lot of good things about this one. But this is another great one. It's got a 2-disc version, got the Blu-ray and the DVD in it. Still got the, something that surprised me as well, it was pre-owned, and it's actually still got the book in it as well, which is great. A lot of times you buy the pre-owned ones, like the books and that are missing. So I'm so pleased, but I love the artwork for that. I've kept that artwork on. I usually like the original artwork better, but this has just got really great. I love the artwork on that one. So that's The Beast Within. Bit of a tribute now, because obviously we lost Wes Craven recently, which is a big shock. A brain cancer, you know, it was a horrible sort of, you know, sort of thing. But yeah, a brilliant director. He's going to be really well missed. Bought this sort of as a bit of a tribute to him, I suppose. But yeah, Deadly Blessing. No, I bought this one. Did buy this one pre-owned as well. But I have seen this before years and years ago. I think I had Sharon Stone. If I'm not sure, I don't know. I'm sure Sharon Stone was in it. I think it was one of her first ever sort of performances. But yeah, I do like the artwork on that as well. That new artwork on that, and I do have some really good, you know, sort of commissioned artwork on their covers. I do really like that one. That's great. But you know, not loads of features compared to usual Arrow releases on that. But it's got the DVD and the Blu-ray on it again. And unfortunately, the book was missing in that one, so a bit of a shame. But you know, I've got the film, which is great. That's all the Blu-rays. Now the Mammoth DVD section again. Let's just do these a few at a time here. One they've got from Local Market. Not watched it yet. Confessions of a Serial Killer. Looks a little bit sort of like Silence of the Lambs sort of clone. I don't know if it is, but I've heard decent things about that, so that's the one. One film I've already got, but I haven't got it on singly, so I've picked. My wife bought me this actually, but I haven't got a single release for that. So I've got it in like a 4-pack. Beyond the Door 2, another Marielle Bava film, funnily enough, which starting to get 1 or 2 views in, yeah. But I have seen this a few times. I do enjoy this one. This was decent. Hardcore one there. I've got try to get a lot of these hardcore releases. The Wickeds, didn't pay very much for it, but I am trying to get as many of the hardcore ones as I can. I do like their releases. A lot of trailers and things on that when you buy them, so decent now. Uwe Boll film, supposedly one of his better ones, but Seed, not watched it yet, but the trailer looks like really gory, so look forward to seeing that. But yeah, Uwe Boll, you know, he's not known for his good films, but we'll see. Oh, there you go, throwing that one away. Deadtime Stories 2. Bought this one, got the first one, so I thought I'd pick this one up, just sort of collect the sort of the 2. But they're like little anthology ones. Looking forward to watching them. We do like the anthologies. Demons in My Head. I think I picked this from a charity shop. I think I paid about like £1 for this. Don't know anything about it. Not even sure like what country it's on. If it's Australian or something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, Demons in My Head. Don't know a thing about it. Anyone knows about it, let me know. Another brain damage films one there. I'm trying to get one or two of these as well. Waken the Dead. It's like a zombie thing about I think it's like a priest or something. Priest killing all the zombies and things. I think it's supposed to be quite tongue in cheek, but some of the brain damage ones, some are good, some are bad. I'll just give it a bit of a chance. It wasn't very expensive, so. One from I think there was the 70s. This one, Nightmare in Wax. I'm not sure, but it's got a made for TV look at it, so I'm not sure if it's made for telly. But yeah, this got an 18 certificate, but I'm sure I've seen this release with a PG, so I'm not sure. But might have some trailers on there that are 18 rated, who knows. Another one there, which I had on VHS years ago and I really loved it, but the one I had on VHS was absolutely cut to ribbons. So I thought I'd pick this up. Paul Naschy film, Werewolf Shadow. I'm not sure if it's the second or the third one in the series. I've got Curse of the Devil, which I really liked. I think it's sort of more of the same thing, but I do like the Paul Naschy films, especially the werewolf ones. Film I saw when I was a kid, it must have been 9 or 10. It scared the crap out of me when I watched it. I wasn't really used to horror at that age though, but yeah. Legend of Boggy Creek, I remember seeing this on TV. And I will have to revisit this again, because it's only come a couple of days ago, I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I remember watching this when I was about 9 or 10 and getting really freaked out by it, so it'll be interesting to see how tame it is to today's standards. Christopher Lee's The Mummy, the first Mummy film that Hammer did. Really phenomenally expensive. It was in the proper official UK release, so I managed to get the region one. A couple of pounds for this, but this is a great film. Like I do like all the Hammer films, so Death Note 2 now. I've got the original Death Note. I really liked it. Thought I'd pick the second one up. It was really cheap, so get that one. The Roost, which you picked up from a local market. Made like £2.50 or £3, something I paid for that. And Ty West film, so that'll be interesting. I've never seen him do like a creature feature one thing before, but I think it's about vampire bats and when the boy turns them into zombies or something, so it'll be interesting. I think I'll leave it a little bit tongue in cheek myself, but we'll see. The Ghostmaker, got yourself like a local market as well. Same slipcase as the box, but yeah, there you go. This is supposed to be. My wife's funny enough watched this. She saw it on the horror channel before, and she really enjoyed it. Some reason I didn't watch it. I don't know if I was out or something. I don't know, but she said it was really good, so I'll definitely check that out. Right, another film where this one's by Hammer, but this was like from the sort of reinvented Hammer, I suppose. Have come back out, haven't they? The Quiet Ones. Same slipcase again. Not really heard much about this. I've seen it in a few people's collections, but people don't really talk about it, so I don't really know what to expect. Supposedly based on true story and that, but definitely check that out. One that a lot of people have recommended. I thought I'd pick it up. I actually found it at a good price at last. It was going for about £20 pre-owned a few months ago, and I managed to get it a lot cheaper. Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, which was a really clever slasher film. Not sort of thing I thought it would be. I thought it'd be a bit more of a straightforward slasher, but it was like very clever. Better camera crew. Hanging around with this sort of serial killer guy, doing like a documentary on him and that, and he sort of explains what he does, how he prepares for killings and how he picks the victims out and things, and they sort of go along with him thinking he's not going to go ahead with it, and he actually does, and they sort of end up getting sort of embroiled in it a bit and that. And I did really enjoy it. It was a really good film, very clever and that. Great movie that. Alright, next one. Another Blue Underground release. I do like the Blue Underground releases. Death Dream. This was Bob Clark film who did Black Christmas, original Black Christmas. This was okay. It was a little slow in parts, but I did enjoy it. I think one from the 70s, 74. Yeah, quite an early film, but yeah, enjoyable. Did like it. Chopping Mall, which I've never watched. I don't know how cut or anything this version. Dead Night Collection. They're not great releases, but I was on it really cheap. I thought I'd rather get that than got it at a good price rather than not have it at all. I'll check out the release, see what the release is like though. Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. I know people either love or hate the paranormals. I liked a couple of them. I hated a couple of them, so I thought I'd check what this one's like. I think this was the last one to come out. So I quite like the first one. Didn't really like the second one. I thought the third was the best out of them, but I'll check this one out, see what it's like. I hated the fourth as well. The fourth was terrible. So. Right, 13th Sign, I think it's a British one. This sort of thing looks very, very low budget. I think you can sort of, when I was watching, I've sort of watched this and it was, you could tell it was very low budgeted. There's no, you know, the acting was quite poor and stuff, but I really enjoyed the last 20 minutes. The last 20 minutes was really good of that. So, yeah, you know, it was okay. Not bad for a debut film. Picked the Purge up as well. That was a charity shop pickup. A lot of people have seen this. I still haven't watched it yet actually, but it looks a bit like The Stranger sort of thing from the sort of the read up and that about it. But I'll definitely check that out and that'll be okay. This is an absolutely crazy film. I've picked this up for everything from a charity shop as well. But Spanish Chainsaw Massacre, which is an absolutely nutty sort of a Spanish splatter film. Best way to describe it. It was really funny in parts actually. But it's very short, like I think it's less than an hour long, about 55 minutes long or something like it tells you on there. But I know it was under an hour, but it's a really over the top gore and really, really funny. I did enjoy it. It was good. I think it helped only being short as well. I think if it had dragged out to an hour and a half, it probably would have, you know, made it a bit boring. But yeah, it was quite well paced. It was funny and that. Charles Band, sort of a couple of films from Charles Band now. I've never watched these. I thought I'd pick them up and see what they were like. There's Evil Bong 1 and Evil Bong 2. I've heard of them, but I've never seen them. Never seen clips or anything, trailers or nothing. I know they're like horror comedies. Check them out. I do like a lot of Charles Band stuff, so I'll see what they're like. Resident Evil Extinction. That's just a pick up to sort of complete the set. I've got all the others. I paid that £1 for that in the charity shop. So another charity shop pick up now. The Asylum. Don't know anything about this, but it's from the director of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. So I don't know. I think it'll be okay. It looks a little bit like Martyrs from the back of the box. I can see that. It looks a little bit like Martyrs, but I don't think it'll be as good as that movie. Right, one I've seen before and I really enjoyed. I watched this on Netflix, something like that. When the Lights Went Out, which is it's obviously based on the real life Enfield hauntings in the 70s in the UK, and it is really, really good. I do really like this film. They got the 70s atmosphere spot on in it as well. Did enjoy it. That was decent. And a film now from Victor Salva, who did Jeepers Creepers. I'm not sure if this is his latest film. I think it was from last year. For Dark House, I think it's called Haunted as well. But Tobin Bell's in it, who plays the Jigsaw. Don't know anything about it, but Victor Salva is usually pretty good at getting atmosphere, so I'm hoping it's at least going to be really atmospheric. So hopefully it'll be a good one. Remake of The Hitcher. I do love the Rutger Hauer one. I've heard bad things about this, but I found this really cheap. I thought I'd just pick that up. That's Cornered, which is like a slasher film. It stars Steve Guttenberg, which is a bit weirdly cast, but you know, I think he seems to do okay in it. You know, he's not the sort of, I wouldn't really cast him in a slasher, but you know, he does. I think he does well with what he's got, and it did sort of remind me a little bit like Intruder. It had that same sort of feel to it, but nowhere near as good as that film. But you know, I see it cheap, pick it up. It's not too bad. Got the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This was mad, like 20 pence from CEX. So I haven't got this film. I thought I'd pick it up. It's, you know, it's a okay time filler. A film I loved when I was in my teens. I remember seeing this on TV and I really liked it. Ghost Story. That's from 1981. It's Fred Astaire, Melvin Douglas, Douglas Fairbanks Jr. I remember thinking Alice Creed was really good in this. I really liked her, and this she was great. You know, it's not as scary and creepy as I remembered it, but you know, enjoyable ghost story. This is a charity shop pickup as well, Frailty. I've heard good things about this. Bill Paxton, I think, plays like a serial killer in it. It's supposed to be really good. Definitely will have to check that out. Zombie Attack Museum of the Dead. I've seen this before. I remember it being fairly poor, but you know, I think it was like 50p, really cheap. I thought I'd just pick that up. Sometimes They Come Back Again, which is like a based on a Stephen King sort of story. I have seen the first one, but I've never seen this one. But I really like the first one, so I thought I'd pick that up. The remake Asylums Loft. Not heard anything about this, to be honest. I know they made it, but I've not heard anyone talk about it before. I can't see it being anywhere as good as the original. I do really love the original. Asylum's like one of my favourite, I think, Stephen King adaptations, the original. I'm not sure about this one, but no, I'll check it out and have a look. A film I used to have on VHS ages ago. and I really loved it, but I was having trouble actually picking it up. And did have a shameless release, but I found this one really cheap in a CEX, so I picked it up. Amsterdam, a brilliant Dutch movie, like a slasher, but quite a stylish slasher. You know, a lot of action scenes in it and that. And I do really like this film. So I had it on VHS, loved it, and you know, I was going to hold out for the shameless release, but found it cheap, so I've got that version there. Really crazy Japanese film now from I think '77. House, also known as Hausu, but really strange this one. It's one of them films again. I'm not sure if I liked it or not. There was some brilliant scenes in it, but there was also a few like really strange stuff happening in it as well. And has to be sort of seen to be believed. Really, it's from the '70s. You know, it's really weird. I did sort of like sort of aspects of it. But I know it's quite well received. I think I'll have to give it a rewatch. But you know, I did enjoy the sort of bits of it and that. Picked up Wrong Turn 4. Got that, just sort of add more to the collection. I got the first 3. I haven't got any more, so I thought I'll pick the 4th one up. I got another one of these classic horrors of the silver screen, because I've got the first 5. I managed to find number 7, so I'm only missing number 6 now. I think I've got all of them. So got Attack of the Giant Leeches, The Amazing Transparent Man, and Revolt of the Zombies. So, you know, I do like the old black and white ones. Twin Pack now, which I've mainly bought for one of the films on it. But, yeah, Gacy and Dharma. So I've seen the Gacy movie before, and I really like that. So, I don't know what the Dharma's like, but I think it's got Jeremy Renner in it. He plays Dharma in that, so I don't know if it's quite old or nothing. But, yeah, but I say it's sports for Gacy, but I don't know if Dharma's any good. Like, if anyone's seen any of them, let me know. So, another Hammer one now. The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. I don't actually remember seeing this one. I was looking at the bits on the back. I don't actually remember it. I remember seeing the original Mummy, but I'm not sure I've seen this. I've seen Blood from the Mummy's Tomb as well, which I really liked. But yeah, another Hammer one to add to the collection. Talking about the word collection, it's a bit of a uncanny, but the film The Collection's just come up now. And I really like the first one, The Collector, so I thought I'd pick that up, the sequel. Decent film, that. A Trauma one now. I haven't been getting that many Trauma films recently, but I saw this one quite cheap, and suppose it's getting quite hard to pick up at a good price now. So there's Tales from the Crapper, which is like, besides an anthology, it's just 2 stories in it, but there's a lot of cameos in it. I think like Eli Roth's in it, and who else? There's quite a few in there. I know Eli Roth was in there. But yeah, I know there's quite a few sort of cameos in it. But yeah, I suppose it was like sort of 2 little separate short films. There's spliced them together. A funny wraparound section with Lloyd Kaufman in it is like the Crap Keeper. It's basically Lloyd Kaufman in like a black plastic bag or something. But it is really cheesy. It's fun. It is not great. It's not Trauma's best film, but you know, so the extras are great on it. There's loads of extras on the disc. So you know, pick that up if you can. I think it's I think the price is going to skyrocket on that. And picked up, can't believe I didn't have this actually, but The Horror of Dracula, the first ever Christopher Lee Dracula film. Couldn't believe I hadn't got it. I thought I got this, and I was going through the collection. Oh God, I haven't even got it. So found it too expensive in the UK again. So the Hammer films are really expensive in the UK. So got the Region 1 release, and a really good copy as well. Brilliant transfer. A couple of pounds this was as well, so this was brilliant. But a couple of decent extras on it as well, so good version, that one. Finally, local market where I live, picked up Martell Hell. Not sure, but I think this copy might be out of print. ILC Primer, I've never even seen this anywhere. I was holding out for the Arrow release, but found this a bit cheaper, so I thought I'd pick the DVD up. But yeah, I've never seen it before, and I watched it. It was decent. It was fairly tongue-in-cheek. I suppose you'd cast it as a horror comedy, but I did enjoy it. You know, it was decent sort of, I think it was from 1980 or something. 80, 81. But yeah, it was a decent film, I enjoyed it. So there's the update. Sorry, a bit long overdue. A lot of people have been doing top 50s recently as well. I've got sort of one in the pipeline. Hopefully I can get the first part of it up in a few days. I'm sort of struggling with a few films, and I've got a provisional list, but I'm looking at it thinking, oh God, I've missed that out. So I'm scribbling it out and putting different films and that in, but hopefully if I can get a finished one, I'll get the first part of that up soon. And and thanks for all the new subscribers. I've had a few more new subscribers. I'm up to 81 now, which is brilliant. Thanks for that. And I'll see you again in the next update. And hopefully have the start of my top 50 soon, hopefully, because I see a lot more people are starting to do it again now, so which is great. So see you again soon. Thank you.